Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and welcome to This Week in WoW for the week of January 16th. As always, we'll get started with the Mythic Plus affixes for this week. This week we have Tyrannical, Afflicted, and Bolstering. Again, that's Tyrannical, Afflicted, and Bolstering. We're back to Afflicted, Bolstering. It could be rough too. Again, what we keep mentioning on these videos is, this particular Mythic Plus season's been really good, but it's a lot of really big pulls. So the affixes that mess up really big pulls are kind of like the worst ones in a lot of ways, and bolstering definitely fits that. So we do have Tyrannical, which doesn't team up with the afflicted. I mean, it does team up with afflicted, I guess, but not with bolstering as much. But yeah, this is generally probably like a subpar week, but who knows? Everyone seems to be having success regardless of what the affixes are, if I'm being completely honest. So it might not matter as much, which also means that maybe the affixes are tuned, or maybe I should say balanced well, but maybe they just don't feel well, right? Like some of the affixes feel really bad, because people seem to be having success regardless of what the affixes are. So it might not feel good, but you're still able to perform well, and that should be addressed too. How it feels matters as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into what's going on in the game this week. Of course, the number one thing coming up this week is that it is patch day. It's 10.2.5. We have a variety of new things coming out. I did a video about the Azerothian archives, which you'll be able to go experience yourself. It was something I was looking forward to with high hopes, but I don't think it's going to be quite as interesting as I hoped, although in the video I said that maybe some of the storyline stuff would be interesting. So I'm definitely going to try it out and give it a shot. But it probably isn't going to be like meet high expectations. I was kind of hoping for high expectations, like obviously it's not secret finding directly, but like as good as the secret finding event was. And I don't think it's going to be as good as that by any means. So that's coming out. The follower dungeons are coming out. Retaking Gilneas story, that's something I'm gonna be doing. I might record that and give my thoughts on that, or just my playthrough or something, because it's something I'm very excited about. The Gilneas, taking back Gilneas is cool. I believe we even get to like use it as a home if you're Alliance player, at least, right? Like set Gilneas to your Hearthstone is what I mean by that. And so yeah, this is gonna be really cool. So there's a lot of like really good side content coming out, although I know a lot of players aren't interested in that. There is a very large chunk of players that are interested in that, and so that's pretty cool that we have all these things coming out today on this patch. But nothing huge for the end game. We have like I got for Mythic Raiders, and I happen to be on Tindral. Tindral's being nerfed dramatically here today, which for my guild is great, honestly. I mean, this is going to take a long time for my guild to kill this, because we only raid 6 hours a week. So any nerf, honestly, to like an 800 pull boss is going to be really good for us. So I can't hate on it too much. I don't always like nerfing everything to the ground or whatever. I first of all don't think this is a nerf to the ground. It just makes it, it's going to take some pulls off the boss though, and that's good for us. So yeah, so a lot of stuff to do in the patch as far as side content goes. Not a lot to do as far as endgame content. That's just how these 0.5 patches typically work anyways. But we do have an interesting thing coming out later as well, which is the Outland Cup. This is another thing I'll be doing this week. So I'll be probably playing the game quite a bit this week, honestly. Outland Cup I'll definitely do. I don't know how I'll do a video about it. I did like a playthrough thing, and maybe I'll just do a video talking about it or whatever. And or do a similar thing but cut it down maybe, or something like that. But the Outland Cup should be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to doing that. And then we also have the Call of the Scarab event. Now this event was really cool when it came out, because it coincided with some content in Silithus, so people were there anyways. It's not as meaningful now because we don't really have a reason to be in Silithus, but it was a cool event. It's not as cool anymore, but it always could, anything like this could be made cool by simply putting content in the zone that it takes place in, because then all of a sudden you have like reason to be there, and there's you have stuff to do then. But yeah, that Call of the Scarab event is this week as well. So overall, just for this week, there's tons of stuff to do. The side content, you'll do the Battle of Gilneas. I don't know how long that'll take, or not the Battle of Gilneas, but just retaking of Gilneas. I don't know what the Horde's version of that is, but I believe the Horde gets some version of it as well. Or get to see it or something. I'm not sure how it works, to be honest. I don't even play Horde on the PTR or anywhere. But so at least for Alliance, there'll be something to do for that. You have the Outland Cup, you have the follower dungeons, you have the Azerothian archives. And so, at least for this week, I'll probably be playing WoW quite a bit, to be completely honest. So, I'm actually pretty excited for that. Always like having a reason to log in every day if possible, because I enjoy playing. So, if I have a reason to log in every day, that makes it great. So, otherwise, then I don't, So, yeah, overall, should be a pretty good week. I'm pretty excited for it. Hopefully, I didn't miss anything. There's a lot of stuff coming in this patch on the side options. There's customizations. There's other things coming into this patch too. It's actually a pretty large patch, if outside of endgame content, which I know is what I focus on and what many people focus on. But it is a pretty big patch outside of like endgame content. So should have tons to do this week. Again, Outland Cup should be really good. So we'll be taking part in all that kind of stuff, and videos for everything I find relevant to put a video about. Maybe even the follower dungeons. I was going to do like a preview video of follower dungeons like I did Azerothian archives, but decided against it because I really wanted to. I think whatever I do with the follower dungeon is going to be more of a feedback video. So I actually want to play through some follower dungeons and see how it feels, and then give my feedback on it, basically. So that'll be what I do for that if I do a video on it. So that's it for this one, though. As always, I do ask you to please subscribe to the channel because it helps me out a lot. And other than that, everybody have a good one.